Welcome back to a brand new video. Here is Dario Ortiz, ready to show you a new feature of our software. Hope you're doing well. Hope you have gone through all the other videos to understand every one of the modules of this software. Remember, the Karate Tournament System is a software designed to run every type of tournament of karate, sport karate, that you are doing right now on your regular tournament basics. So let's start with the elite version of this software. This elite version will allow you to run the federal versions of the tournament, the versions that are run by the federations. These versions of tournament are run different from the regular tournaments. Regular tournaments usually are divided by ranks. Like if you have a green belt competing, it will compete with green belts, but the weight of the competitors are usually not an issue. So you could have in a regular tournament a competitor that is competing in a green belt level, and he might have somebody weighing 250 pounds and he might be weighing only 100 pounds, and this is allowed as long as they're in the age range, right? And as long as they're in the belt range. So if you're running intermedium and he's in intermedium and he's in that rank, he will be competing no matter what weight the other competitor has. He will be competing against him. Usually this is done with every kind of tournament that is done with competitors that are still not advanced or elites. Usually advanced starts at brown belt and up. So usually when you go to a federation to compete, you will need this module, which will allow you to run tournaments that are based on federation ranks. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the steps to do this, but I'm not gonna go through all the steps that you need to get here. You should go through all the videos to learn first how to register your competitors, how to create your competitors, how to create the divisions, how to define the divisions. But I am going to go through a few of the things you need to know if you did not went through the whole video sequence that has been designed to help you understand the full Karate Tournament System Enterprise version. Okay, so just quickly and going quickly over it, let's go here quickly where it says General, and we're gonna find all the areas where you could fill in the information for your tournaments. And I'm not gonna go through this, but I wanna go through categories. When we go through categories and we bring this window up, here's where we're going to create these new divisions that are weight class based. So they're already done for you. So like if you go quickly here down and you look all the way down in this list, you will find the elite versions of these competitions. For example, these that start with E, the E means elite, and the M means masculine, which is his boys. And then you got the other area, which is the EF, which is E means elite and the F means feminine. So let's say you go through the number 1 of elites. It says these elite competition guys will be male under 21 of age, and they will be 18, 19, or 20 years old, and they will be competing on the minus 60 kilograms competition. So every kid or boy that fits this description will be competing on these type of events. And this is the area where you will come and add more divisions if it would have been necessary. But usually here you have already defined the standard of the competitions, federation style defined already. But if you needed to do a new one, here's where you will come and add it. I'm not going to go through those steps, but you can do that by going through the videos of how to add more competition category definitions in this area, okay? So I'm just gonna close this quickly, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go here to this new button that you're gonna see right here where it says Comite Individual Elites. Okay, when you click this, you get this screen where you get competitions of 4 competitors, competitions of 8 competitors, competitions of 16 competitors. If you get to have in your division more than 16 competitors, you will probably be running 2 of these keys in order to get 32. The same thing if you want to get 64 and all the way up, okay? So let's go with a simple thing. Let's go simple. Let's take the 4 competitors division and we're going to click it. So we're going to go click on the 4 competitors, and as you can see here, I already have a lot of events already done and all that, but we're not going to touch none of this. Let's just go to insert and create a brand new event so that we can all understand all the steps we need to go through in order to get this done. Okay, so let's start. We click insert, and the first thing we get is this screen right here. Okay, in this screen we got to define our event. Okay, and what we'll do is quickly we'll pick the event that we are participating in. So we need an event code. We're going to click it here, and this is going to bring us the window where the events that are being run are listed. So in this case, we only have 1 event, but you could have probably maybe 5 events, right? Like you have 5 events, 1 this month, 1 next month, 1 another month going over. And the thing is, you want to pick which one do you want to run this event on. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to pick the event. Once you picked it, it'll fill out all the information related to this event. Now, the next thing we need to know is on what tatami are you going to be running this competition. These 4 guys have to fight in a tatami. Which is going to be that tatami? You will pick it from this list. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. We're going to go to this windows, and we're going to click this button to pick a tatami, and this is what we're going to do in this area. We're going to look for the tatami where that event is going to be done. Now remember, the tatamis are defined by you, and all you got to do is go to the area of the general information and look for the tatamis and define the type of tatami where you're going to be running this event, elite event. Probably you might have 12 tatamis on your event, but 1 tatami is the elite tatami. If you define it here, it is easier for you to now know where this event is going to be held at. So in this case, let's pick the number 1 tatami, which it says 100 mats. And if you pick this tatami, you just click it and you click select. It will quickly show on this screen. This will be needed if you're going to print a report at the end of the setting up of your event so that you can know where that event is going to be held at. Now here you got the queue. Remember, in this area we're going to define if this event started, if it is stopped, if it is in queue, or if it is on deck. And when you do this, remember, by defining this, what you're doing is the screens that have to do with queuing, which is up here, right here, here it goes, the event queues. Sorry, here. When you look for the event queue right here, this will allow you to have a display, a separate display showing all the events of elites that are running. And if you click here start, that means this event particularly started. And in the queue window that you will be showing on a display, maybe on the area where the competitors are, or maybe in the public area so that the competitors know if their event started. When you click here start, that event will show on green on that list, and that will allow the competitor to know that the event started. But showing you how to do this is beyond the scope of this video. Just simply look for the video that shows you how to use the queues, and you will see how to combine these 2 things. But for now, let's say that the event is still stopped. Okay, so now we got to pick which is going to be the event where this competitor is going to compete at. So when we register the competitor, and I am going to go there for a second, when we register the competitor in the area of competitors, you could either do it on the register competitors, or you could just do it when you create the competitor. But when you go to the create competitors, in this case, you're gonna go to the competitor that you want to show as an elite. And you got to remember that when you define this competitor and you create this window, when you create this category, you got to make sure you put here that he's an elite. Like, for example, if I want to see this guy on the elite competitors list, I will go here when I create the competitor and we will do this. We will quickly pick the event EM1. This is just one of the elites, and I'll click tab, and it'll show me that this competitor is going to be a under 21, 18 years old, or maybe 19 years old, or maybe 20 years old, with less than 60 kilograms of weight. So when I pick him, it's just going to show me here his new weight, his new category, and down here I can see the definition of that category. I just want to show this little detail here. I don't want to go through all this. If you want to go through this, look for the video that shows you how to create a competitor. So I click OK just to make sure that you know why did I pick what I'm going to pick right now. So I close this window, and when I go here to category, I am going to look for a division of competitors to compete on this event. So when I click here, EM1, and I click tab, I'm going to look for all the competitors that are male, under 21, with an age of 18, 19, or 20 years old, and they are minus 60 kilograms. When we do this and we pick them and we click select, we're done with that area. Now, do we want to place these competitors manually, or do we want to place these competitors randomly selected by the system? That's a question you have to ask yourself. If it would be manually, all we will have to do is, we don't have to touch these two buttons. We will just go here and pick the competitor manually, where we will look for the competitors. And like, for example, you see all these elites. I'll pick one of these elites and I'll place them there. The same thing I will do with the other elite. And this will be a manual way of picking the competitors. And then I will go here and pick the other elite, and I will just pick him manually. And then I will go here and pick the other competitor, and I will just pick it there manually. And if I do that, right, I got my 4 competitors, then I will come here and click register, and I click here register competitor. Once I click this button, over here I get all my competitors on the list of competitors, but this was done manually. If I want to do it randomly, automatically, then I will do something different. So this is what I would do. First, let's take all these competitors off here and off here. How we will do that? By clicking reset key. When we do this, it goes from here, but it is still here. So what you want to do is go back to the first tab and click reset key. This will also reset now the back key. Okay, so this resets this resets this, and this key resets this. Beautiful. So what we will do now, we will do it randomly if that's something we are desired to do. All we will have to do is click this button right here, and once we click it, it will tell you a message. What does this message says? It says, on this division you have more than 4 competitors, but less than 8. So it's suggesting you to use the 8 competitors key. Okay, that would mean we will have to change to another screen in order to do this, which is the screen of the 8 competitors. But in this case, it doesn't really matter, because all I want to do is a demo so that you can see how the random thing happens. If I click OK, it will give you an additional warning, remembering you, hey, are you sure? You should pick these competitors manually because you have more than 4. What this means is, if you go random right now and you had 8 competitors, it will pick randomly from the 8 competitors 4 competitors, but the other 4 competitors will not be shown on this chart. So you need to know that, because if you want to have the whole 8 competitors on a chart, you need to change to the other chart, which is the 8 competitors chart. But in this case, we're just gonna pay no mind to this message, and it keeps reminding you, are you sure? It'll do this for 4 times because you're doing something that it is not the correct thing to do. Once it's done, he'll do it. Okay, that's what you want, so let's get it done. And it just placed it you automatically, randomly, the 4 competitors on your key. Now, even though he placed them there, they're still not here. We gotta still do the register competitors in order to get them here. Now, before we leave this screen for the end of this area, we will go here and click save the changes, because you still haven't saved all this information. Now, this is what you're gonna need. If you go here, you already have your chart ready and you're ready to run your event. Okay? But this is what you need now. You need to give to your desk guys, the guys that are gonna be running the event on the table, they need a paper. They need the key on a paper, usually to have 2 ways of running the event. Manually on paper and the computer. You know, computers are great, but you could still have a problem with the light, anything happens, somebody falls on top of a computer, water falls, I don't know, the battery goes dead, something happens, so you might need your paperwork. So you go here where it says print the chart, and what you're gonna do is, when you get here, print the categories, you will get your paperwork. If you print this in a printer, now you can give this to your people on the desk, and they can manually keep running the keys all the way up, if it is something you desire to do. This one will print you the first division, which is this where they begin, and this one will print you the 3rd places. Okay? In this case, when we click it, it's going to show you empty. Why? Because it is still nothing happened yet. So you still don't know who are the competitors that are going to be running for the 3rd spot. Sorry. So, but that's what you would print there. And here you could print a list of all the competitors that are going to be running on this particular event. Okay, what will you do with this? Pretty simple. This is what you're going to give the desk so that they could start calling the competitors and getting them ready up for the event. That's your list. Okay, so we're going to close this information right here. And now what we're going to do is begin our event. Okay, so we click save and we go here to begin our event. Now, you could run your event using our scoreboard system, which will allow you to display the scores and run the whole event from this system, or you could do this manually. Like, let's say you have a scoreboard system that you want to use that is not the one included with this software. All you would do right now is say this competitor won, and you click the accept key here, results, and automatically you pass your competitor to the other chart. And If this competitor is the one-to-one, you just click here and it will advance them to the other chart. Once you do this, two competitors, automatically on the finals, you get who are going to be running for the third spots. If you already know who won on this one, you just click it there and it will automatically advance you the competitor to the other chart. If you go back here, you could define who's going to be the first and second spots. Let's say this guy won, and you click apply the results and you got your first spot. Now, if you go to your results, you get the display that shows you the positions of each one of the competitors, the one. If you want to show this on a separate screen, the results, you could then do so by just simply clicking up here. You will go to the right here, right here, sorry. You will go here to external results. If you go here to external results, you will just click it once, boom, and you will put this screen on another monitor, right? And in this monitor, what you will do is, I'm gonna put this in this side. We're gonna assume this is another monitor. You will go here and pick the individual competition, and you want to show and display the results of this individual competition. So we will go here to the for competition, and we will look for this event, which is, if you go here, it says it's the event 78. So I'm gonna go here and bring it back into the front of the screen, and here it goes. Yeah, it's real. The event 78 is here, exists, and you show it, and here you can see this could be shown on another screen so people could see this results. If you don't want to show this charts on the other screen and you want to show this beautiful display, you could just show this little display on the other screen. So you could do either one, whatever you feel like you want to show on the other monitor. You could just pick it from here, and you could show either the charts. This is in the other monitor, right? Or you could show the competitors, the one on this division. This is just a simple thing to do. But now let's go a little bit more deep into the software. Okay, so we're gonna leave this screen open for now because we're gonna reuse it again. Let's go back to our system, and let's look here. What can we do? Let's undo all this. Let's not know that these guy won. Let's do this event with the whole system. We're gonna click save so that everything returns back to normal. Everything is empty again because we don't know who won. And this is the way you should be running the software now, okay? The first thing you should do is run the competition. So you will go to your first competition, you call these two competitors, and you will click here to the two soldiers, and they will bring you the competition area. Now, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna create a combat, okay? A combat between these two competitions. So we're gonna click here, insert. And once you click insert, it's gonna ask you, oh, you wanna create a combat for what event? Oh, remember, for the event 78, okay? The individual competition 78. If you don't know where to find this 78, you could just go here and look on your screen, and it shows it right there. You see, it says your Kumite event is the 78. This is the number you want to look for here. So let's go back here, and we're going to look for this event. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, the event 78. We click it, and beautiful, that's done. This is the first step. Okay, I'm going to do something here for a second, because now we're going to need, in reality, to open this screen and have it so that we can have both screens on screen at the same time. So we're gonna assume that this is a monitor and that this is another monitor. So this is your laptop monitor, and let's assume this is the monitor that you're showing to the public. Okay, so let's close this screen for a second. Remember, we opened this screen by clicking external results. When we click here, external results, we get this monitor, this menu. And here we're gonna look for individual competition, and we want to show the classic scoreboard. And we're gonna leave it, sorry, I went ahead of me. First, I wanna see what I have here, okay, before we open the scoreboard. The first thing I wanna do is here, once I open this on my computer, on my screen of the laptop, I wanna pick the competitors that are going to be competing. So I'll go here and look for the competitors combat number 1. And this will bring me the first 2 competitors. Which first 2? It will look for these first 2. You see? So if you see here combat, it shows you combat 1. And if you look here, it says 1. If I would have wanted these 2, I would have go here, combat 2, and it would have looked for these 2. And so on, so far. So I'm gonna go here and pick the number 1, and it's gonna bring me these 2 competitors up. Great. And it's gonna say that this combat is gonna be the combat number 553. That's great. That's great. Remember, we're running the elite version of this software. So, and it's not going to be no modality. It's not going to be no divisions. It's only going to be a E1 competition. EM1. So, great. Now, the next thing I want to do is open the scoreboard that the people are going to see on their screen. Pretty simple. We'll go here and look for the scoreboard. We're in Display Kumite Event. We're going to look for the scoreboard classic version, but you also have a black version, which is another version with a different theme so that you can have different type of displays. So when we click here, we get this screen. On this screen is asking us to select the event, the combat that you want to be showing. What combat do you want to be showing? Well, I want to be showing the combat number 553. This feature is the feature that makes this software so great, because if you open this windows in several computers and several displays, you could be showing this same combat at the same time in several monitors at the same time. In different computers, in different areas, maybe even if in different countries. So this is a very nice feature, but in this case, we're just gonna keep it simple, and we're just gonna pick one here. And once we click it here, it brings the scoreboard that you're gonna display on the display of this event. And what is it showing? It's showing that these guys are gonna be fighting Darielis, and this guy is going to be fighting Dario. Okay, so great. They're from this school, and this is what it says here, you see? And the rest is as it's been shown in other videos. All we got to do is we start the combat. I'm not going to go through all these features because this has been shown on the scoreboard features of the video that shows how to run the scoreboard. But I want to go quickly through the features so you could just have an idea just in case you haven't seen it. Okay, so we're going to go here to start. Once we click start, it shows on this screen that the event started and it says go. If you're going to stop the event, you click stop because the referee maybe said jamais. He's going to give some points. He want to give Al maybe the 3 points. And by that, you give him the sensu, which shows the sensu on the screen, and it gives him the 3 points. Maybe the referee says hajime, so we can click start. The referee says jamais one more time. You stop the fight. In this case, the Aka made a penalty, and he gets a chikoku. When you click it, it automatically shows it here. The referee says jamais, and now he goes hajime. The event starts all over again, and the time is running. The event clicks stop because the referee says jamais. You stop the event. All of a sudden, this competitor Ao makes a penalty, which is his Hansogochui. He might have hit the competitor in an illegal hit, and he got this penalty. Once you click it here, it quickly shows on this screen. So we click start. The event keeps running. All of a sudden, the event is stopped again by a jamais. This competitor makes an ippon, and the event is in a draw right now. So they click Hajime, the event is running. All of a sudden, once the event is running, you know what? We're gonna do a weird one. We say Jame. Let's say the event, the time went up, and they had to pick by Hante. So you get the Hante right here, and you just click the Hante. The Hante went in favor of Ao. When you click here results, it will tell you, okay, by Hante, Ao won. Even though Ao would have won anyway because he had the Senshu. So let's see this. If would instead of giving the Hante, if we would have left it in a draw, and would have clicked results, you see, Ao would have won anyway, because the system has algorithms with artificial intelligence that makes them know that the rule says that if these competitors are draw and he has the Senshu, he should be winning. So he gets the win, which is just shown here. But if we would have gone here and set Hante to the other competitor, even though he has Senshu, let's see what the artificial intelligence would have done. We click results. Oh, he gave the win to who? To Aka, because Hante gets superiority over the Senshu, even if Ao has Senshu. So he knows that, and he makes that decision for you. So helping you to not have to have on the desk people that really need to know 100% the rules. They just need to know how to run the software, because the software knows the rules and it makes sure that a mistake is not done. But we're still not done. Okay, the event is done. People know he won. You get an option that you don't get in any other software, and it's you could print these results. So this is what happens. You go into an event, and these combat happen so fast that all of a sudden one father or one coach does not agree with the results of the event, of his competition, of his son. And what happens is, in this tatami might happen 100 combat. Nobody's going to remember what happened in the combat between Darielis and Dario if it is no documentation that let us know what happened. So you could print the result of this event so that if it is a complaint after the event, you could still go and look for all the details and know what happened. So if you go here to print results, you get a totally define of every single detail of the event. What penalties were given, the points that were given, the competitors that were on the event. If they had shikakus, you will get here the information of the shikakus. You get the signature of the official on the desk, or the referee manager of the tatami. He could also sign here with the date. And even though it gives you the date down here, he could just put the date. And this happens because sometimes some events starts in a day and then it ends on the other day. Weird things that happens, but they happen. So you get to print this report for each combat if it is something you are willing or wanting to do. And this will allow you to get all the information of this competition on a paperwork. We have a lot of other features here. We're not going to go over them, but eventually, if you go to the video that has to do with the scoreboard system, we go through each one of these buttons and what is the reason and the reasoning behind all these buttons. Okay, it's very important if you're running an elite version of this software to remember that you want to run differential of 8. Elites run differential of 8. If you want to run that the competitor that gets to 8 win, you don't want to have differential. You want to leave it with the differential remove. I just want to go through this because this is a little detail that if you're running the elite version, you will need to know. Okay, so we're going to click OK, and that's done. Once you close here, it automatically closes the screen over here. And that part of the event is done. So what are we going to do now? So we're going to click close, and we're going to click get results. You need to get the results of that combat that you just did. If you click get results, the number of that event quickly shows here, so you know that that was the combat 553. It gives you the points that happened in that event. It says, okay, the points was 3 points and the other points were 3. Even though it was a draw, who won was Aka. It shows you the check mark that Aka won. And when you click advance the key, it automatically passes Aka to the next position on the chart. Let's go for the other combat. So we're going to go for the second combat, number 2. We click the same thing. We pick the event, which is just the event 78. We're going to... sorry, I did it. My mistake. We insert a new combat. Remember, once we get here, let's go here again. We click here and we create a combat. So we're going to click insert. And now it's going to ask us for what event. And if you click here, it'll take you to the first one. And yes, the event is going to be the 78. We're still running that event. We're going to put it here. It's going to give me a combat ID. The combat ID is going to be now 554, which is the next number. Remember, this is going to be the competition number 2, which it should be these two guys, Jadiel and George. And if it is true, you get Jadiel is a blue and George. Yup, it is true. So we got it great. It's there. Now we need to open the screen that is going to show these results to the public. So we go to this screen and we look for that event. So if we click here, it'll take you to the top. If you just want to go up by scrolling, you could just scroll. And yes, as a matter of fact, it's right here, 554. If you know the event, you don't even have to look it in here if you want to. You could just type it in here. You could just type 554, click the tab key, and it will take you automatically to the event 554. Once you picked it, you click view, or you just double click it and you get it on the screen. And here you get the information you're going to be showing of this other event. Beautiful. So this is great. This is working fine. So we're going to click start the event. We click start again. So the event starts running. All of a sudden the referee says jamais. So you stop the event. You give the ippon to Ao. Ao made an ippon. So the event starts again. He says hajime. The event is running. All of a sudden Aka, Jame makes a juko. So they give Aka a juko. The event is still running. So we start again. Start hajime. You're getting the time here running, the go, so the people know it's running. And it is a Jame again. You get another ippon from Ao, and the event starts all over again. Start the event, Jame. All of a sudden, Aka makes a jogai. He gets out of the tatami. He gets a penalty number 2. So he gets this penalty shown here, category 2. Start the event. They say Jame. The event stops. All of a sudden, Ao made another ippon, another kick to the face, and the system tells you, oh, Ao just won. So when you click here, you get the blinking green and white, meaning that this guy won. You get the blinking on the screen, meaning this guy won. He won because he got to a differential of 8. So let's see what I mean by differential of 8. If we click here, stop, right? And let's just reduct this point so that it doesn't show like he won. Okay, we're just gonna leave it there. And instead of having here, remember we made an ippon before with 3 points and we just won. If we go here and give this guy a 4 points, even if this guy would have made an ippon, sorry, I didn't take this off. My bad. I had to take the check mark off. Now, even if this guy, now he gets the win. And this was convoluted, so let me do all this all over again because it was a little bit convoluted. And let's make it show a little bit better. So let me add 1 point here. Let me leave this guy with 4 points. Okay, let me stop this and let me concentrate on this. So one more time, we have the checkbox taken off, and we have this showing 8. So this is what's going to happen. This guy, sorry, I got to take 2 points off. If I give him right now a 2 points, he should get 8. he should win if it would be getting to 8. But he should not win if it is a differential of 8. And let's see if this is true. So if I give him 2 points, he should not show as a winner. And he's not showing as a winner, you see? Even though he has 8 points. But the checkbox is taken off, which it means in order for him to win, he has to have 8 points difference between the opponent. So how do I get 8 points difference? I will need 4 more points on this side. So I'll give him 1 point. Sorry, I gave him a pawn. Oh my God, my bad. I give him a Juco, which is his 1 point. He does not win. I give him another Juco, which is his 2 point. He does not win. I give him 3 points. He does not win. When I give him 4 points, he wins. You see? Which shows that he won because he got a differential of 8. So if you are running the elite type event, you will want to have this checkbox check off, because in the elite versions of these events, the competitor only wins if he gets more than 8 points of his opponent points. If you just leave this box in, he would have won as soon as he got 8. So if I give him just 1 more point, boom, he's shown as a winner. And this was a bonus because this is shown on the other videos that shows you how to use this system. But this is a bonus that I needed to give you because you need to know about this checkbox if you run in elite events. Because you don't want him to win if they get to 8. You want him to win if they get a differential of 8. Okay, so that's how you do that. And if you want to change the times here, all these little details are done through here. This is shown on the video that runs this score system. I don't want to go through all the details here, but I did want to go through this button because it has a lot to do with the elite version of these combats. Okay, same thing, you could go here and print the report, which will allow you to know all the information on paper of this event, which will allow you to documentate your event. And let's click OK. Once you click OK, it closes the window over here. You go here to get results, and it automatically gives you the event number. It quickly checks the opponent that won. And when you click here, advanced key, it will quickly show you the competitor that just won that competition. And then you will do the same thing for the other round. So let's go for the semifinals, and we go here, same thing. We want to create a combat. We want to pick the event, which is the 78. We want to select the combat. Remember, this is the R1. You see, this was 1 and this is R1, which is mean round 1. If we go here we go. Yep, it's perfect. I got it. 1, and we got 1-1. Beautiful. It brings the 2 competitors the one before. Yes, Dario and Jadiel did. That's totally right. And now we want to show this on this screen so that the people in public could see the results happening. So we go here and we look. Remember, we could go here and just type the number, which is in this case will be 555, 1, 2, 3, 5s, and we click tab, boom, and it quickly takes us to that competition. We click it there, we got the combat right there, so we can show it on screen, and bada bing, bada boom, everything that we said before. We're just gonna stop it, and let's give a quick win to Aka by giving him a pawn, and let's click results. So that means this combat finished. It gave him the win. And we click OK, and we get the results. Remember to click get the results. This button is automatically disabled so that you don't make the mistake of clicking first advance the key without getting the results. If you do that, what it will do is it will try to advance a key that is still not defined. So he doesn't know if you want to do it manually or you want to get the result from the scoreboard. So when you click get, it gets the information from the scoreboard. If you wouldn't have any information on the scoreboard, then you could advance the key manually and this key will turn on. So quickly we click advance the key, and bada bing bada boom, we got the winner of this division. Same thing for the repertoire. We go here, we do the same thing for repertoire. We click the combat. We want to create that combat. We click insert, and we want to pick the event. Remember, it's the 78. And remember that you want to go here and pick the number that it says here, R3. So we want to look for the R3. Here it goes. Yeah, great. R3. I get the 2 competitors for the repertoire. Great. And we pick somebody that wins. Let's give the pawn to this guy. We just say okay. And everything is done. Now we get results. Get result. And then we go here and click advance the key, and we get all the information passed over. Beautiful. So this is a little video to show you how the elite version of the software works. Here you get the final results. Same thing, you could go here and show your final results by picking the 4 key chart, picking the 78 event, and you could still show this to the public. You get this showing on the other screen of the laptop, and this is what you get when you get this version that allows federations to run federated events that are run under the Olympic rules that are elite designed. Just I want to go over quickly, and I'm not going to go into details, but if you want to know what these buttons are, these are the ready up buttons, which will allow you, if you go on this screen and open the ready up, this button right here, if you open this in another screen for the event 78, and you come here and click these ready up buttons, when you click results, it shows on the screen the other competitors that have to be readying up for the competition. So when you're running this competition, you should have in ready up this competition. And you can have this display on another monitor, on another laptop. Or if your laptop have a lot of monitors, well, in another monitor. But the normal way will be maybe having another laptop or whatever. But you could show this on another monitor so that while these competitors are fighting, these competitors could be readying up and getting ready to competition after these two are done. And once you take the checkbox off, all the checkboxes are available. You could then check the second one for the repertoire, and they will show you, and you have this for each competition. And if you go here for the repertoire, you also get it for repertoire. If you go here and you click it, you get here the repertoire getting ready, so that you could have people readying up before their competition is up. I guess we went through everything. This is all I wanted to touch today. I just want to help you guys to understand that this software is designed to run not only regular tournaments, but also being able to run events. There are federation events or sanction events. It also allows you to run those, and it is working on the basis of weight and age. How much is the competitor weighing, and what age does the competitor has? And you just pick those categories, and it will bring those competitors up. And you could do it two ways, either putting the competitors here inside manually or putting these competitors in randomly. Once these competitions are in the system, it's just a matter of start running them. You get a lot of different ways to do that. Remember that you get the option to print your repertoires. Oh, and that's another detail. Once your repertoires are done, if I go to print the repertoires now, I get all the information of the event of this repertoire done. See, it gives me the position so that the announcer could announce the winners by their names. It gives you the information of this event. It gives you the competition, how it happened. He could even do something really fancy, like saying on the first round, Dario Ortiz won the division, and in the first round, who won here? Okay, Jadiel won the division, and then they went to the semifinals. On the semifinals, Dario Ortiz won, and blah blah blah. Dario Ortiz the winner of the gold, and Jadiel the bronze, whatever. So you could get all this additional information done through this report, and you don't have to write nothing. It's already everything in there. You don't have to type nothing in or get nothing typed in or whatever. Remember, just to give you an idea, you could have all these combat pre-done. Like, by pre-done, I mean you could have them all pre-entered to the system and saved. And the person that is running the event, the only thing he would have to do is go in and look for the event and start running it. Let me give you an idea of what I'm trying to explain here. So this event's already done, but you know, we're not going to do a whole event again. We're just going to click OK. When we click OK, he saved this event 78. So if you have a list and you give the tatami and you tell him, listen, you're going to be running the event 76, 77, and 78. He could just go into his laptop and he will quickly find these events done. And when he comes in here, 78 might have the competitors already in, everything already set up, and all he will have to do is start running the event. Everything will be already here. So you get two things. He could either do it in the table quickly, right, by filling all this information up, or he could just already have all these events already done in the system and just start running the events once he's there. Oh, we're going to run the 78 now, so he will look for the 78. Oh, we're going to run the 77, so close here, and you will look for the 77, and you will get the, oh, sorry, I clicked the 78 again. My bad. Here. If you click the 77, this one is empty because it was nothing in there. But let's say we pick the 76. He will get this already in there. Let's say this key is already done. Well, if it wouldn't been done, it would have been empty. He couldn't know that. So this is a lot of little details you could do for your event that will allow you to run your competition elite events in a very fast and professional and organized way. So, like I always tell you, if you have any other questions, please contact us. Let us know how we can help you out. Look at the videos. Videos will help you out to understand every single detail of the software. But remember, if you need support or you need technical support, please contact us. Remember that our information is in the About area of the software, in the License area. And remember that our softwares are in demo versions that you could download and use so that you could learn, train, and prepare yourself for your events. And that's it for today. If you need any more information, let us know. Okay? Keep doing karate. Us.